All right, so guys, here we are, hole number 8. So let's see what they give us on this one. It might be a tailwind. Sure enough, there it is. Typically, they won't restrict guys from being able to drive this one because it would be too hard to restrict everybody from being able to drive this. So you can see my wind's down. You can see they put some artificial mounds in there. These mounds right here make it much tougher to roll through this rough. So, you'll want to be a little bit more aggressive. So I'm going to make sure that I probably go pretty max here, just to make sure that I get it far enough. So I'll play for a 3 wind, almost 2 rings, and we're going to probably just end up topping out here. If I come in, it's very, very gently. That great ball might cost me. Yep. So that's okay. We're going to get a up here since we went in the water. It means we'll get the reload here. So another thing that you can do to kind of slow that needle down, you can go Kingmaker here if you'd like. It is going to make it just a little bit easier to get your perfect ball going. But this is more or less what we're looking at. It's unfortunate that I hit such a miserable shot. I'm usually in rookie much better with my perfect ball timing than that. So a little disappointing there. We should be able to reload and get it on the second one. Again, you might be able to just come in off of the max full overpower. But since I mentioned, those new mounds that are in place for this holiday course, you do want to avoid landing on those because what it ends up happening is it usually ends up sticking in that rough because of those mounds. So with that in mind, you want that second bounce to be as aggressive towards the top of the fairway as possible. So we are going to reload here. I would imagine I can probably pull this off the second go around. So very similar alignment. We're going to go full. Perfect ball. And let's just see if full is too much. I don't think it is. So there it is, and as I mentioned, it's barely skipping, so I didn't even get it through. I'm still in the rough, and I told you that these mounds are going to make that bounce very common for it to not roll through. So it is going to make that a much tougher shot to execute than usual. So you will want to land that as north as possible, so when it checks up like that, it just rolls through. And, either gets up onto the front of this fairway here or, worst case scenario, hopefully rolls onto the back of the green here. So you do have to watch your amount of topspin. Usually you can't go beyond 5.5, or else you run the risk of running into this back rough in the event that it does give you that nice roll through. So ideally, hopefully, if you have an extra mile 6, you may be able to get just a little bit better than I did. Alternatively, you could technically, come weekend time, you can start to think about maybe a berserker just to make that shot a little bit more of a guarantee. But it will require you probably hitting the perfect amount of power if you do come in with that. Now, I do want to just walk you through this. Make sure if you get here that you don't move this off the green. Don't try to put this on the fairway. Just try to gently put this onto the front. And, keep that ball guide within the hole. It's not going to break outside the hole here. And, with the perfect ball timing, we should be able to still get this one. Looks like I just blocked it off to the right, so it's going to just shoot out. But if you try to put that on the fairway, you're not going to, it's not enough precision to keep you within the tolerance of that hole. So it might just, glitch you out. So that's one of the biggest things that you'd want to avoid. So good luck there with that hole, guys. And I'll see you guys on 9.